Welcome to the InFlow podcast. I am your host, Michelle Bosch. I see a gaping hole across society that focuses on the outer work and forgets about the inner work, when what we really need is to bridge the gap between prosperity and spirituality to live a life in flow, with inflows of light, inflows of cash, inflows of creativity, inflows of grace in our lives. Each week, join me for powerful messages and interviews that will leave you inspired and ready to step into flow in your higher work. So now, let's go. Welcome to another episode of the podcast. I'm your host, Michelle Bosch. Very excited to come to you. We are, as of the time of this recording, in the very first week of May. That means that we are close to the halfway point in Q2 of 2022. And we have been exploring opportunities, new partnerships, new collaborations, new ways that we can continue growing our land investing business, our real estate business, and even our educational business. And I figured that it would probably be an amazing episode to share with you guys some of the guiding principles that are helping us orient ourselves as we evaluate these new opportunities, as we evaluate these new partnerships, as we evaluate these new collaborations, because real estate is really a team sport. It's really a team sport. And behind team, there's, of course, people. People are the number one asset. And when you're evaluating an opportunity or you're evaluating a partner, you're really evaluating the person behind that opportunity or that partnership, that catalyst for growth, that engine that is going to help you expand, to the next level and help you hit the next level of complexity and simplicity also in your business. Yeah. So for us, we, like I said, this very first, I would say the last few weeks. So the very first part of Q2 of 2022 has been looking into this evaluation, really deep analysis, really getting to know, the people behind these opportunities. And so I want to go through a list of the things that whenever you're evaluating a new opportunity, whether it be business, whether it be a new partnership, whether it be a new channel of marketing, of sales, of growth for your land investing business, that you take these things into consideration. And number one is, of course, the people behind it. Yeah. So who are the people behind it? Do they want to be a hero, and do they want to serve the marketplace at the level that you want to serve the marketplace? Do they want to be a hero to the same kind of avatar that you're going to be serving? Yeah. Because I think that is very important. Otherwise, there might not be a really good match. But if you are both looking for the same people, why would you be, each individually going through the effort of attracting and magnetizing the same kind of sellers or the same kind of buyers if it's in your land investing business, or the same kinds of investors if it's in your investing business? You would want to probably join forces with somebody, with this person that you're evaluating, a potential partnership or opportunity for growth with. And you want to make sure that is the same kind of person that you want to help out, that really resonates, not just from a perspective of making sense intellectually and money-wise, but that actually makes sense where your heart is in terms of the types of people that they want to serve. Is that where your heart is in as well, in serving those same kinds of people? So that is the very first, I would say, thing that is on my radar whenever, a new potential opportunity or partnership comes up in our world, is to look at the person behind it. And are they wanting to really be of service and really elevate the same kind of person, the same kind of human being, the same kind of family that we want to serve? Yeah. The number two thing that I look at is, does that new partner that is behind this new opportunity for growth, does their vision and mission align with ours? For example, for us, across really our investing businesses and our educational business, we want to be transformational to everyone, and we want to be a millionaire maker. That's how the entire Land Profit Generator team, for example, defines themselves, as being a team that, that magnetizes amazing human beings, business athletes that, want to really upgrade and elevate and rise to that millionaire status when it comes to their net worth. And so for us, not just in the educational business, but also on the investing business, my investors, I want to be able to produce returns for them that are going to be transformational for them as well, so that it is transformational, not just to their bottom line, but transformational to how even they spend and are allowed to spend their days with their families. Am I producing the passive income and the returns, that they expect me, to produce for them? So that's what I mean when, does their vision and mission align with yours? And in our case, do any potential partnerships of syndication, on a particular project, is that person also in, with that in mind of being transformational and being a millionaire maker and really helping the net worth of that particular investor that they're going to, be magnetizing? Is that what they're in it for? Is that what their main end goal is? Because if that is not the case, if their main end goal is exclusively the profit and not the people first, then it's probably not going to work out. Yeah. So we want to look at those big things first, and agree on those big monumental things and kind of like big rocks, in order to then even continue moving forward on more granular, detailed type of strategies. But so that was number 2. Number 3, which goes right along with number 2, is in evaluating an opportunity and in evaluating a partner, is, do they share the same core values that you share? For example, for us, across all our businesses, and I have already mentioned it, our number 1 core value is to be transformational, is to really not treat a single person that we ever encounter and deal with and come in contact with as a transaction. Every single conversation that we have during the day, whether it be inside of my team, whether it be with a client, whether it be, with our family, I want it to be transformational. I want to leave that person better than before they had met me. So that's the number 1 core value that we use to evaluate everyone else that we're going to be doing business as well. The number 2 core value that, we use also as a way to really differentiate ourselves and really also differentiate the potential collaborations and partners and opportunities, is whether that opportunity, that person behind that opportunity, is a person that is going to be all in. And what I mean by a person that is all in, I'm looking for a person that is courageous, that is willing to make courageous choices, that is going to play full out, that has a yes attitude for whatever is needed, that is going to do whatever it takes to get the job done and get the results that we're after in terms of servicing our clients, and go the extra mile. Yeah, go that extra mile that is almost always empty, and that very few are willing to actually, run that extra mile and go that extra mile for. So that's core value number 2. Core value number 3 for us is, we value bold action. And what that means that we value speed. And, we don't have to have the perfect, completely to the dot version of something that we are going to start with, because we believe that action really and movement will inform and orient and motivate your next best steps. And sometimes if you don't take bold action, you're going to be stuck in paralysis analysis. And that is not the kind of person that, I am, that Jack is, that anyone in our team is. And therefore, we don't want to attract partners or opportunities where, it's going to be, like pulling teeth, or where you're feeling like you're getting a root canal without anesthesia because of their lack of involvement and their lack of intensity and their lack of just speed when taking action. Yeah, we want to know exactly how our partners and people, around us that we're going to be doing with business with take action, so that we can help them get to that point where they can be at the same speed and move at our same cadence, especially as we move into an economic environment right now when we are going to potentially see, double-digit inflation, and where interest rates are going up, where a lot of discussion and chit chat is going on about, a possible recession in 2023. Anything that you do right now, you need to act with speed. You need to basically seize the moment, seize the opportunity, and go for whatever it is that you're evaluating right now, while the iron is hot. Yeah. And by that, I don't mean that you're just going to follow the masses and do what everyone else is doing, because that's also incredibly important, is for you to be an actual free thinker, somebody that thinks different, that thinks outside the box, and that is willing to be a contrarian. So maybe the opportunity that you are evaluating right now is in partnership with somebody that also thinks different, that also is a contrarian, that is also willing to, evaluate things deeply, and that has that long-term horizon, and that shares the same values that I just, shared above. Another of our core values is, to chase excellence. And what I mean by that is, we want to attract into our world and into our sphere, not just people that are not going to be working and operating at the same peak performance level that you are, but people that are going to be your match in intensity, and that are not just chasing easy, because they understand that growth comes from friction, that sometimes doing it the hard way is the right way the first time. And that doesn't mean, again, that you don't look for ways to collapse time, that you don't look for shortcuts that are proven. But at the same time, what I'm saying by saying that you chase excellence is that you are the kind of person and the kind of individual, and hopefully the opportunity and the partner behind the opportunity that you're evaluating also is that kind of person that is willing to do what it takes. Again, this doing what it takes comes here again, even in this, next core value, to get to the result that you want to, come to together in a harmonious way, in synchronicity, that you don't have to, deal with the frustration of somebody that is not operating at the same intensity, at the same speed, at the same level, at the same level of quality that you expect to, them to be in. And then another core value that we have as a way to filter out really potential partners, potential opportunities, is whether somebody is willing to not just talk about integrity, but be integrity, and that has demonstrated that in situations where nobody was watching, that they were willing to do the right thing. That, of course, I think is important. It's I think the bedrock, the foundation of any trust, and of you being willing to really trust the unknown that sometimes may come with a new opportunity and a new partnership. You're willing to trust how things unfold, because there's this underlying understanding, and meeting of the minds and meeting of the heart, where that person is also being willing, and where it's customary, and where they thrive and feel that they can thrive by operating at high levels of integrity. Yeah, that it's not like, oh my gosh, a big departure for them, because that's not how they've been operating in the past, and now they're being subjected to this new level. Now, you want to already work with people that are already working at that level, that are already working, with this same outlook and with this same core value in mind, because everything is just going to happen faster. Things happen faster when we trust, when we have faith in what is unfolding, in the people surrounding us, in the team surrounding us, in our mentors, in our coaches, in our new potential partners. When you trust that opportunity, because the person behind that opportunity is operating within these criteria, success is going to come in faster. It's just been my 100% experience that success comes faster when there is this underlying trust, and trust is built on you being willing, and not just willing, but really thriving and operating at high levels of integrity in whatever it is that you do, and that you bring that to the marketplace no matter what industry you're working in. And that's basically just the norm of how you operate. Yeah. So those are some of the things that, that we look at. Another thing that we look at, so we just, talked about when evaluating an opportunity, evaluating whether that person behind that opportunity is going to serve the same hero that you want to serve, whether their vision and mission aligns, whether they have the same core values. And I just went and gave you, for example, a little outline run through of what ours are. Number 4, how do they treat their clients? How do they treat their team members? You want to ask a potential partner or person that you're looking to engage in for a new opportunity, how have they dealt in a difficult situation, to describe a difficult situation that they had in the past and how they resolved it, because that is going to really show you how they operate when crap hits the fan, not just when things are going great, because you demonstrate character, not when everything is roses and rainbows, but when actually things get hard and when crap hits the fan. Really, at the end of the day, that's when you're under stress, when you're under pressure, how do you operate? How do you treat your team? How do you treat your clients? How do you treat your family? How do you treat your spouse, your children when you're in these big moments of pressure? And ask them, how do they? And ask them for an example of a particular situation when it was hard for them and how they dealt with it. Another thing that I also like, and that I even asked right now a potential partner that we're evaluating, is, have they been involved in any lawsuits? Have they been involved in anything that would be really difficult for us to compromise on because of the core values that I just described? And I mean, being the society that we're in, this doesn't mean that if anyone has ever been involved in a lawsuit, you're not going to do business with them, because sometimes, we have been, we know of situations where there's been frivolous, really lawsuits filed against someone. And because there's crazy people out there, crazy people out there that are not operating by the same values that I just described, and that are out there really and making it their job to engage in lawsuits and be litigious in order to go the easy way towards accomplishing a financial goal. And so you need to evaluate whether that opportunity or that partner behind that opportunity is a partner that has been perhaps, a victim of this, but that has resolved this, properly, or that can show you proof that this was in fact the case. But you definitely want to know. You don't want to be surprised by something that may have happened in the past. That person that you're evaluating to do work with needs to come clean, needs to ideally come forth, and even proactively, even before engaging with you, say, hey, I want to let you know this and this happened on this and this time, and these were the circumstances, and these were the outcomes, and this is what happened, and this is how it got resolved. And never again have I ever been involved in a situation like this, because this is the lesson that I learned. Yeah, we all make mistakes, but do we learn from those mistakes? And I want to know that I'm engaging with someone that has learned from those mistakes and that have taken the necessary, not just precautions, but steps to prevent that from happening ever again. Yeah. So that's another thing that I look at. And you don't want to just take their word for it, even though, again, trust is important. You also want to research. You also want to, go and find out and go and do your proper due diligence, like we all do. We're all real estate investors that are, listening here to this episode right now. And we all know the importance of due diligence. So it is important to not just, take somebody's word, but actually verify it with actual research behind it, supporting what you just found out. Yeah. The other thing that I really look at when evaluating an opportunity and evaluating the person behind the opportunity, because there's always a human behind an opportunity, or a set of humans, I should say, is, do their strategies for growth or collaboration fit in with my unique ability, with my genius, and with the genius of my companies or of my team? Is this a match? Yeah. And what I mean by that is, you don't want to enter or go after an opportunity where you don't have the skill sets to really succeed and be an equal partner that is going to bring results towards that goal, if you don't have the skill set and the unique ability behind you and the unique genius behind you to actually perform and live up to the standard of the other partner. Yeah. So you want to know, does this new thing that I'm going into, does it really require, the skill set that I already possess, or does it require that I go and become capable in a new one, which could totally be a valid point, that you have to hire somebody in-house that is going to basically bring in that unique ability into your company or into your team in order for your company to have it. But it can't be that the entire part of the partnership that relies on you be relying on a new capability. Ideally, it's a capability that comes to you that is like second nature to you, and that where you know that you're going to be able to perform and really be at the same level as the partner that you're going to be in business with. And that all comes to, at the end of the day, figure out and self-assess whether in this new opportunity or in this new partnership, if you're being a simplifier in the partnership or if you're being a multiplier. And what do I mean by this? I mean by, are you somebody that in solving a problem in the marketplace for this particular type of hero that you want to be a hero to, is this person somebody that is going to simplify things for my client? Or is this somebody that is going to, and therefore make things simpler, easier, more graceful, and give at the end of the day, the end result that my client is looking to get? Or is this person going to be a multiplier? Not a multiplier of problems, but a multiplier of solutions, of new avenues for growth, of new and exciting things. So you want to know that in this new partnership that you're going into, in this new opportunity that you're going into, you want to have a clear distinction on whether you're a simplifier and the other person is a multiplier, or if you are the multiplier and somebody else is the simplifier. Because usually collaborations where you have two simplifiers and nobody to really multiply and scale and help you scale, those are partnerships or opportunities where more than likely, you have a higher chance of, to be frank, of failure. So if you're listening to right now to this podcast and you're thinking, oh my gosh, well, I don't have a team, I don't have a business, but I am investing right now in land flips. I want to really multiply my results. And I know that there is somebody out there that has in their team the simplifier aspect of simplifying what are my next steps that I need to take. And that also will help me multiply my results. If there's a partnership out there, that can allow me to do that, I want to say that we want to be that multiplier for you. If you guys are looking to invest in real estate, looking to start in a simple and scalable strategy like land flipping, that you check us out. We have a free 5-day land profit masterclass that is coming up right now, May 16th, and you can register at landprofitmaster.com. landprofitmaster.com. And we're going to be live every single day of the week at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. It is our most hands-on workshop where we bring our entire team, really master coaches, accountability partners, our land experts, everyone surrounding you with 360-degree support, so that if you don't know what this land flipping is all about, that you know exactly how you can use it as a simplifier to multiply your results. Or if you're already doing land flips and you know that this is the simplifying vehicle, the vehicle that is simple to cash in and predictably have cash and checks coming into your bank account every single month from land flips, from wholesaling land, then we are here to help you multiply those results, to really blow them out of the roof. And there's still time. We're just, again, almost halfway through Q2 of 2022. And, we're seeing incredible results. I just was today with a client of ours that started in coaching, has already $26,000 in their first 2 deals under their belt, has another $7,500 incoming. They have, several 4 or 5 other contracts in the pipeline as well already coming. And we're doing exactly that. We're simplifying a process, and at the same time, we're multiplying their results. And so if you're looking for a partner where you are looking to learn from, all things real estate in a more simple and scalable way that is going to help you multiply your results, then we would love to, show you and really educate you on our opportunity and our own land profit generator method, and help you multiply those results and be the multiplier, both the simplifier and the multiplier, for you and your family. So in evaluating, again, in a nutshell, just to summarize, any potential new opportunity does that partner or person behind the opportunity, do they want to be a hero to the same person that I want to be a hero to? Does their vision and mission align with your vision and mission of what you want out of life, and what you want out of your family, and what you want out of, really the experiences that you want to look at when you're maybe an 89-year-old and look back on your life and say, okay, this one partnership, this one opportunity that I took on with this person, where we linked arms, where we partnered together, wow, was so transformational. Look at me now, I'm 80 something years old, and I can say that the trajectory of my life completely changed as a result of that. You want to know if their vision and mission, if that what really aligns with yours. Yeah. Number 3, it was, do they share the same core values that I share? How do they treat their clients? How do they treat their members? How do they treat their team? How do they treat their investors? How do they treat every single buyer and seller that they come in contact with? How do they treat their own family and children? Because sometimes, I have come across people that are amazing on the surface and have this incredible facade in terms of how they deal with me as a potential, business partner. But then I've had the opportunity to be with them in a closer environment where I've been able to witness how they treat their family, or how they treat their kids, or how they treat their spouse. And I've discovered that it's no bueno, and it has been a big alarm. So you want to make sure that from asking them about difficult situations, how they have dealt with, with people in the past. You want to know, have they been involved in lawsuits? Have they, and not just know from them, but actually do your proper due diligence and actually verify what they tell you that they're telling you. Also, do their strategies really align with the unique ability that you have right now? Or are you missing a skill set? And if you're missing a skill set, it's a great opportunity for growth. Or is it an opportunity where it's a complete departure from what you do, where the skills that you have right now do not transfer, not transferable to this opportunity, where it almost sets you up from the get-go for failure? That's another thing that you definitely want to consider again. And then the last one, are you going to be a simplifier or a multiplier in that relationship, or there's going to be aspects of both, in order for you to actually succeed in that new avenue that you're excited about, that you can't wait to wake up for every single morning for. And that's basically some of the hard questions, the hard evaluation and assessments that I go through. And you're going to find out that if you really agree on this big umbrella underlying foundational aspects of a new potential opportunity and partnership, that more than likely you will, of course, also come to a meeting of the minds when it comes to the details. But if these big things and if these big rocks, do not align and don't feel right, even though they might seem right intellectually, there's a portion of us that knows already and has this incredible, I would say, BS meter to assess another individual and the energy of another person, that you listen to that as well, that it's not just an intellectual exercise in finding all of this information that I just described, but that there's also an ingredient of of intuition, of having faith in your connection to God, and what is that intuition telling you, because that's a whisper from God, sometimes letting us know that the step that we're about to take, my goodness, is exciting, is scary at the same time, but it's the right one to take, or it's the wrong one to take because something feels off, because something doesn't quite fit in, and it's not a hell yes entirely. Yeah. But, and we need to be able to have the ability to discern between those two, because sometimes, we don't move forward because we confuse sometimes a little bit of fear with, oh my gosh, this is not a hell yes. Sometimes a little bit of fear is okay and it's normal, and you need it in order to make a courageous decision that is going to elevate you. And sometimes something just completely and entirely feels completely off. And at that point, you need to honor that as well, and pay attention to it as well. So these are some of the things that we've been using right now for the last few weeks, some of the key points and distinctions that we ourselves have, Jack and I have been using to evaluate new amazing opportunities of the future that have come our way. We're big believers that, like I've mentioned here in the podcast in the past, that our future is bigger and better than our past. And we always continue moving forward in faith as a result of that. We're always looking to expand. We're always looking to elevate. We're always looking to ascend and really continue learning and doing bigger and better things for those around us, and really being transformational for those around us. So again, if you want to multiply your results, you're interested in land flipping, have been thinking about it, have been listening to this podcast, have been inside one of our Facebook groups that are like the Land Profit Masterclass group, where the Land Profit Masterclass is actually going to take place, then go ahead and register. That next 5-day completely free Land Profit Masterclass is happening starting May 16th. You can go to landprofitmaster.com, www.landprofitmasterclass. We would love to have you. And I am excited for you guys to go out there and evaluate new opportunities, be excited, wake up excited, really fired up about these new things that are happening in our lives, because really progress at the end of the day brings happiness. I know that happiness can sometimes somebody say, no, it's something that happens inside, that it should be regardless of what's happening on the outside. And there is a truth to that. I equate that more with contentment with life, but I would argue that happiness comes really from progress, from not being stuck, from not being stagnant, but from actually learning, even if that progress comes with learning opportunities sometimes that show us, hey, this is not the right opportunity. This is not the partnership. This is not the right vehicle. This is not the right way. It really continues informing us and educating us on what is the next best step in order for us to continue rising and elevating and becoming really the 2.0 version of ourselves. I want to be today a better version than the one that I was yesterday, and tomorrow a better version than the one that I was before. And in order to have that, there must be progress. Yeah. So thank you so much. Thank you again for letting me into your space. And I know, your time is critical, is that one currency, that one resource that will never come back. So I greatly appreciate you taking the time to spend, the last few minutes with me and just sharing and taking in some of my learnings. Yeah. So thank you very much. And I look forward to being with you on the next episode of the podcast. Thank you. Bye-bye. I hope this episode left you feeling inspired and ready to get inflows of cash, inflows of light, and inflows of faith in your life. I welcome your reviews on iTunes. Please leave me a review and help me create an amazing community of women in flow. Thank you, as always, for sharing your voice by going to michellebosch.com and joining the conversation about this show. And while you're there, grab a copy of my 10 Commandments to Living a Life in Flow. You can also follow me on Facebook at Michelle Bosch and on Instagram at Michelle Bosch Official. Thank you very much, and until the next one.